The full How to Play It Today breakdown is linked in the description on theircheck.com, and for Advance Wars, the recommendation is unusually clean. Most people should start with Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp on Switch. Chasing the original Game Boy Advance release is mainly for purists now, not for normal players who just want the best legal starting point. Advance Wars still makes sense today because the core design is brutally readable. Tanks beat some things, anti-air beats others, infantry capture properties, terrain matters, and every turn asks you to make a small decision that can become a large mistake. That is why it remains one of the easiest tactics games to understand and one of the harder ones to play well. You do not need a spreadsheet brain to begin. You do need patience. This is not a game where you win by sending everything forward and hoping the numbers work out. The appeal is the pressure. You are managing units, income, capture, timing, position, and commander strengths, but the screen stays clean enough that you usually know why you lost. That is still valuable. Especially now, when many strategy games bury the good decisions under layers of progression systems. The reason someone might skip it is also clear. Advance Wars can look friendlier than it feels, its presentation is bright, but the missions can punish sloppy movement, bad trades, and overextending. If you dislike attrition, replaying missions, or puzzle-like tactical pressure, this may irritate you more than it charms you. But as a modern starting point for turn-based tactics, yes, Advance Wars is still strongly recommended. So how do you play it legally today? For most players, the answer is Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp on Nintendo Switch. That is the current mainstream official route. It remakes both Advance Wars and Advance Wars 2 Black Hole Rising, so you are not just getting the first campaign, you're getting the practical modern bundle. The original Game Boy Advance version still matters, but mostly as a purist option. If you have the cartridge and compatible hardware, that is the historical version. If you previously bought the Wii U Virtual Console version, that may still matter for you as an existing owner, but new Wii U and 3second SID's eShop purchases are no longer the normal path, so they are not the recommendation for a fresh player. And do not assume the original Advance Wars is sitting in Nintendo's Game Boy Advance subscription library. The dossier did not verify it there. The practical answer is the Switch Remake Bundle, not subscription wishful thinking. Why start with Reboot Camp? Access first. It solves the old hardware problem, the closed storefront problem, and the which game do I buy problem in one move. It also gives most players the best value proposition, both campaigns in remade form. The trade-off is presentation. If you specifically want the original pixel art GBA look and feel, Reboot Camp is not that. Purists may prefer the original, but for a modern player, choosing one legal entry point, convenience wins here without breaking the core appeal. The important thing before starting is to treat Advance Wars like an economy and positioning game, not a simple warboard where every unit should attack every turn. Infantry are not just weak soldiers, they are how you capture properties, and properties are income. APCs are not glamorous, but they keep units supplied and can shape your tempo. Terrain is not decoration. A unit on a city or forest is not the same problem as that same unit sitting in the open. Also, damaged units are less useful than they look. A reckless attack that leaves 2 half-dead units can cost you more than waiting, repairing, or setting up a cleaner trade. Early on, the best habit is to ask, what am I capturing, what am I protecting, and what happens after this attack? That is the whole starting lens. Do not memorize missions. Learn the logic. So the verdict is simple. Advance Wars is still absolutely worth playing, and Reboot Camp is the version most people should start with today. Go original only if the GBA presentation matters more to you than legal convenience.